start out by double-clicking on the desktop icon, and then in that case have the user go through the usual steps of selecting all the input data sets. One thing to do is to make sure that they click on edits and then select multiple different value level lists. So in this case you would it takes a long time. Okay, you would go ahead and scroll over, do for multiple data sets. So in this case we have DM, we also have EX, so do it for both. So for example, starting with DM, scroll over to this and have multiple, up to 3 different variables. So for example, you can select on sex, race, and then how about arm. So make sure that the instructions specify specifically these variables, sex, race, and arm, and have them enter the value yes under the value level metadata item, and then scroll down and do it for one other data set. For example, under as you can see, we've only done it for DM, but do one in EX as well. So in this case, I'm going to create I'm going to do this for the EXT or T. So part of the step is make sure the user notes the variable that they selected. So they're going to make a note of these variables, and then they click on OK. And the next step is to go ahead and generate using the generate button here. And then they would need to verify that each one of these value level metadata lists are created distinctly, separately. And I'll show you what I mean by that here. It takes a second to generate, but once it shows up, I will show you the update verification. Okay, so in this case, of course this is going to be updated, but they would then scroll down to each variable that they noted. So in this case, for the sex, for example, that was one of the variables that they noted earlier. When they click on it, it goes down to a list of the value level list here, and make sure that this list is separate from the other list. Notice that there's one for each variable. So the verification will say they go back, and then they click on the next one, which is race, verify that it has its own list, click on back, go to the next one, let me go back to the next one, which is arm, and so forth. So the verification involves going through each one of these and verifying that it links to the specified distinct value level list.